We're going to do a quick walkthrough of feature settings and how they work and how they have layered kind of cascading effect, and they can be turned on and off for an entire site or specific groups of customers. We're going to do it with the product description. So I'm in the worker portal on my 1989 account. I'm going to the test contact we created, and I'm going to go impersonate a login into the site. And I'm going to go into shop. And on this item, the coffee maker, you'll see that the product description is turned on. And any product that has a description, you will see it on the product detail page like this. So what we're going to do is go turn off the product description for everyone, so it's completely off. This might be a scenario if you don't want product descriptions on until you get them prepared and loaded, and then later you can go live without it, then you can turn them on. That's an example of where that might be used. But it'll also demonstrate the overall profiling. So coming back into the worker portal, I'm going to go into application settings here. And under the product catalog data, you'll see an enable product description is on. I'm going to turn it off and hit save. And this is updating the overall site settings for the site that applies everywhere, unless there's specific overrides. And then in order to see this in effect, you basically have to log out and then log back in, because these settings are basically loaded into the session upon login. So by leaving impersonation, I've effectively logged out. The impersonation opens a new window. So I'm going to close that browser window. And now I'm going to basically go back to the same login and impersonate. I'm going to do the same thing I just did a second ago. I'm going into shop. And then I'm going to click on this coffee maker. And you'll see now the product description is gone. We've turned that off globally. Okay, I'm going to go turn it back on real quick. Okay, so I turned it back on and saved it. And then I logged out of my impersonation. Now I'm basically going through the same steps to log back in on my impersonation. And you can see it back on again. Okay, now I'm going to go create a customer group and apply it to that login to turn it back off. So most people will have it on, and that specific login will have it off. So by doing that, I'm basically coming over to my CRM workspace. I'm going under customers, and I'm going to create a customer group by hitting add next to customer groups. All right, so I'm just calling this a test to hide product descriptions. And then I'm going to save the customer group. And then once I save it, now I can go in and actually control what features. And remember, that feature was under product catalog. So in this particular one, I'm going to go enable product descriptions. And basically, instead of inheriting it, I'm going to deny it. Which basically means I don't want it to apply because it's applying on a global level. I'm going to save this customer group. Okay, then I'm going to go into members. This is how we assign the customer groups to people. And I'm going to go pull my John Doe contact and select it. So I'm adding that as a member. I could also go into John Doe and select this group, but I'm going to save it. Just for context, I've navigated into accounts, went to 1989 distribution, and then hit under customers contact and under John Doe. If I edit, this is just confirming that you can see it from the other side. So you can add the groups to the contact, or go into the contact members, or the customer group, members, and add contacts to it. Either way, it's doing the same thing. But that's just validating that this contact has that group. Okay, so now I'm going to leave my impersonation where the description is on for everyone. And then I'm going to come back and impersonate the login again. And I'm going into this product. And you'll see now the product description is turned off. It is off because I denied it for the customer group that I assigned to John Doe the individual login. You can also assign customer groups to entire accounts if you want, and more than one account, or individual logins like I did John Doe. Okay, just for reference, I've left that impersonation. Now I'm back on 1989 distribution. So John Doe is the one we were just on that's got the deny rights. I'm going to go onto this other contact and impersonate the login for them. And you'll see that a different contact on the same account is seeing the description. So that's just showing what you can do on a contact level with one simple example. For a lot more details on and an overview of the features and settings, there's a whole article and other walkthrough videos that explains all the concepts to it. That's just a simple demo to walk through to gain an understanding of it.